Hello, my name is Raven Cheney, and today I will be performing the task of applying a mason meter spoon splint and removing the mason meter spoon splint. The whole purpose in a mason meter spoon splint is to stabilize the fracture just until the patient gets to surgery. So with that being said, I will now call out my materials that I need for applying the mason meter spoon splint. I have my bandage, scissors, I have my tongue depressor, which I will be using to keep my stirrups in place. I have my Sharpie so that I can label the bandage. I have my cast padding. I have my vet wrap. I have my stretchy gauze. I have the splint itself, and I also rounded off the top because I had to cut it just to fit his arm. I have my tape that I'll be using to label the bandage with. I have my stirrups as well. I have two. So with that being said, I will now proceed to apply my stirrups first. And as you can see, I am using the front right forelimb of this patient. So now I have restraint to distend the patient's front forelimb for me. And now I will place my first stirrup on the lateral aspect of the patient's arm. Place my tongue depressor. Place my first stirrup on. Now I'll place my second stirrup on the medial aspect of the patient's arm. Being sure to leave my toes out. And as you can see, my toes are out. And now I will begin to start wrapping with my cast padding. Now when wrapping with cast padding, you want to be sure that it's not too tight. And you want to be sure that your toes are out. I'm wrapping more, I'm putting more padding up here on the elbow due to the fact that the splint could possibly chafe the skin by constantly rubbing up against it. My toes are still out, as you can see. Now I'll begin to apply my stretchy gauze. Again, distal to proximal. And I'm also going to leave a little bit of the cast padding out due to the fact that the stretchy gauze could also rub up against the skin and cause irritation. And I will now use my bandages to cut my stretchy gauze. Now my stretchy gauze is in place. Now I will remove my stirrups, and this is just to keep the bandage in place. And my toes are still out, as you can see. Now my stirrups have been placed. I will now place the splint onto the patient's arm. And as you can see, it fits, and his paw sits right into the groove of the splint, as you can see. And now I will begin to wrap with my stretchy gauze. Again, leaving my toes exposed. I will now cut my vet wrap. And as you can see, my toes are still exposed. I will now label the bandage with my initials and the date, which is the 21st of October. And my initials are RC. And that is how you apply a Mason meter spoon splint. And as you can see, my toes are still out. And now I'll begin to remove the Mason meter spoon splint. I will take my tape off. And now we will begin to take off the first layer, which is the vet wrap. Remove my vet wrap. Now remove my splint. And now I will take my stirrups off just to move them out of the way. So while I'm cutting my stretchy gauze off. Now I'll begin to remove my stretchy gauze. Now I'll remove my stretchy gauze. I will now remove my cast padding. I've now removed my cast padding. I will now remove my stirrups. And I've now removed all my bandage materials. And that is the end of my task for applying and removing a Mason meter spoon splint.